Hey guys, it's Keeley, and today I'm going to be doing the Reader Problems book tag. I was tagged by Ashley over at A Dash of Ash, and I will be leaving her channel down below. She is one of my favorite booktubers. Seriously, go check her out. So basically in this tag, you're given a bunch of bookish scenarios, and you just explain how you would react to that certain scenario. So let's get on into it. Question number 1. You have 20,000 books on your TBR. You're not wrong. How do you choose what to read next? So basically for me, I kind of just am all over the place when it comes to choosing what to read. Sometimes I will make a list and choose out of the list. Sometimes I will draw out of a TBR jar. Sometimes I'll just pick something up off the shelf. Really, it's completely random. I wouldn't necessarily say that I am a mood reader because it's really random how I choose. I just I don't even know how to describe it really. There's so many different things. Sometimes I'll just get really into making a TBR jar and I'll do that for a little bit. And then sometimes I will just choose like some books on a shelf and then just try to read all the books on that shelf. It's seriously completely random. I haven't even figured out how I choose to read books, so yeah. Question number 2, you are halfway through a book and you're really not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? For me, I really don't like to DNF books. If you don't know, DNF means do not finish. If I start a book, I like to finish it all the way through and make a judgment based on that. I have DNF'd one book in my entire life that I can remember, so I really am usually committed to a book that I start. Question number 3, it is close to the end of the year and you are so close yet so far away from your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try to keep up and how? I don't know how to answer this one because so far I've hit all of my challenges. Like right now I'm like 6 books ahead of my challenge, so I really try not to set my challenge too high where it's like unreachable. And if I do reach it, then I'll just raise it a little bit more. So I really have never had a problem with this, so I don't know how I would react. Question number 4, the covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? Now usually I'm not too picky on if covers match or not. I guess I am getting more and more picky because more and more covers are so different and so beautiful, but really if it happens then I will try to pick it up at Book Outlet for cheap or Half Price Books for cheap, but I won't really go out and buy a brand new book unless it's a book that I really love and I'm trying to get all of the editions, then I'll eventually get it anyway. Question number 5, everyone and their mother seems to like a book that you really don't like. Who do you cope with to share your feelings? And for me, this would be my mom. My mom and I are usually very similar to our tastes in books and what we like and what we don't like. And so if I don't like a book, I'll either tell her not to read it, or if she has read it and I don't like it, then we can bond over our feelings about that book. Question number 6, you are reading a book in public and you're about to start crying. How do you deal with this? I either stop reading where I am or I just let it flow. Like, I don't even care. People are going to see I'm reading a book and be like, oh, she's crying, like something happened in that book. So really, I don't care if people see me cry because I cry over like everything. So if I'm about to cry over a book in public, most people around me know what's going on. Question number 7, a sequel from a book that you really loved just came out, but you forgot what happened in the prior book. What do you do? For me, I either read the last chapter of that book. Usually that helps because I usually don't forget what happens in the previous book. I'm actually really good at remembering details and stuff. So this really isn't a problem for me, but if it is, I will just read the last chapter to see how it ended. Question number 8, you don't want anyone to borrow your books. How do you politely tell people no? For me, I just tell them no. I tell them my books are like my children, and that would be like loaning a child out. Not sure if you will ever get it back. And so people are starting to get the idea that I don't lend out books, and so if you ask, I'm going to tell you no. So a lot of people don't really ask anymore, but usually I just flat out say no, and there's no shame in that because I don't want to let people borrow my books. I'm sorry. Question number 9, you've picked up and put down about 5 books in the month and you just can't get into anything. How do you get out of your reading slump? For this one, I usually just let the slump happen. I haven't really had a terrible slump, so really I just let it happen and work its way through, or I will reread a loved book that I know will help me get out of the slump. Question number 10, there are so many new books coming out that you are dying to read. how many do you buy? Now this one is kind of hard to answer because if it's something from an author that I love, then I will buy it. But if it's like a debut author, then I will wait to buy it. But if it's something I know that I'm going to love and it's from someone I love, then I will definitely buy it. Finally, question number 11. After you finally get the new book you've been dying to read, how long do you let it sit on your shelf for? And for this one, it depends on the book. Like for Harry Potter, I got it at midnight and then I started it. And so, yeah. But for some other books, maybe like a few days, a week, it depends. Sometimes a year. It really just depends on how I'm feeling at the time, what the book is. Yeah, just the limit does not exist. Mean Girls reference, holla at your girl. Okay, what am I doing? I don't know. That is it for this tag. I don't know who to tag, so if you want to do it and you haven't been tagged, you now have been tagged and you should do it because it is fun and I love to see people's answers. But yeah, I will leave all my social media links down below so you can go and find me and talk with me about books and life. And thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!